Welcome everyone to the Matchbox DAO workshop. We're just gonna kind of admit everyone in, and then we'll kick things off. But really excited. I hope everyone's excited about this, and I hope everyone's excited about submitting a project coming up very soon for the submission for the StarkNet hack. I think it's been an awesome couple of weeks. I absolutely loved it. I've absolutely loved working with StarkNet and now with Matchbox DAO. Yeah, so just absolutely thank you so much for making it such a wonderful hackathon. Thank you so much for being so engaging. By far the most engaging cohort of hackers I think I have ever seen come through in code. So a massive kudos to you, and please can we continue being engaging in this event and future in code events as well. Just a quick update on the submissions for the StarkNet Hackathon, of which a lot of you are in it. Please just obviously the official submission date is on Sunday the 3rd, but we have allowed for a little bit of an extension till the 6th of April. This is just there was a bit of testnets being a little bit slow for a lot of the hackers, so we've allowed just for a little bit of extension. We're not going to make it a public announcement, so we're just going to kind of keep it between us, and if there is any sort of issues, please just contact me and I'll help you out straight away with a whole bunch of information. There's always going to be some sort of issues during the submission process. I've actually been going over the Near Hackathon. I've been reviewing that and just looking at all the demos from the project submitted. And just one thing that's really stuck out for me is the actual video you submit is really important. So your demo, it just kind of gives a really good insight into what your project entails. Yeah, so let's kick it off. Matchbox DAO. Yoni, are you here to take over?
Also, yeah, I was muted. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, perfect. Just thanks so much. Over to you. Thank you so much for being here in code. Absolutely loves growing the community, and I think we really enjoy what you're doing over at Matchbox DAO. So thank you so much for being here.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me. And so today we are going to tell everyone here what is Matchbox and what kind of things you can do in Matchbox. And then, like, after a short overview, we'll give the ball to one or more of our members, core contributors that are building different things, and they can tell about the thing that they are building to give you more color. So just send it the Notion. You can open it, and then we can go over it together. Okay, so first, some introduction. So basically, Matchbox is a developer collective that help developers to build on-chain games and tooling on top of StarkNet. So basically, the way we are doing it is that we have two types of members that are helping each other in different ways. And basically, the structure, at least for the short term, is almost like an accelerator. So the way it works is that we have like two types of game developers in the DAO. One type called core contributors, who is basically an experienced game developers that is building their own game. And they are building their own game, and as the infrastructure on StarkNet is very nascent, they need a lot of things besides their own game, and also they need a lot of things to be built on top of their game, because on-chain games. So let me say a few words about on-chain games. So the whole idea of building on StarkNet and not building in other places is that you build the logic. You can build the logic on chain, and what is so exciting about building the logic on chain is that you can basically build the game on chain, and then the game is also serve as a library of components. So every developer can reuse components that other people already built in different ways and built on top of what other people built. So every game is becoming like a development platform almost, that other people can build on top of. So that is why we are, focusing on that, because the composability is a very great power, because as you build like more things, the things that you can build is exponentially bigger. If you're building 10 things, people can use those 10 things in different ways and build many things very, much more easier. So going back to what I said before, we have two types of developers that are helping each other. One type of developer is developers that are experienced game developers, and they are basically helping individual developers like yourself to build whatever they want, and either building their idea or giving them things that they think is needed. And then on the other side, we have developers that are individual developers that want to build something but don't know what to build. So we help them with a program called Fellowship Program, which is a 3 to 6 months program where they get a stipend and also a front-end help in building something, either using our primitives or not, either using out of existing set of ideas or not. It's really depend on the person. And then in the end of the program, they can decide if they want to make it a company or not. Like, by no means it's, they can just build it, and that's fine. And just walking you through some of the things that we are working on, so you'll have like some idea. So the first thing Guilty Gears are going to speak about after me is a very innovative model to distribute NFTs called Solve to Mint with puzzles. So it's basically different types of puzzles that people can solve and get NFTs, and that can be a game by itself or can be used as an onboarding mechanism in other games. Another thing that will maybe be presented as well, I need to see if Bol is here, is called procedural world generation, which is basically a map. And the first application of this map is Minecraft, is an on-chain Minecraft. So the map is on-chain, and also the building blocks and the construct that you're building is also on-chain. Another thing that is very cool that we are going to release in about a month, called the O game, which is a very old game that was duplicated to be on-chain, and that is built by one of our members called Alex. Looking forward for it. Another thing that is very cool as well is a lightweight order book, which is basically an order book, but that can be accessed through an API. So basically games can use it in order to have their own order book in the game without building one themselves, and several others like you can see in the document. And yeah, so currently, we are growing in about 2 or 3 new grantees every week that we are accepting through our grant committee. And we will open the opportunity for basically be a beta tester as well. Not only, currently it's only developer to developer, but very soon we'll have the opportunity for people that just want to try out games and maybe get rewarded with NFTs or something like that in the future as well. So this is something that we are just starting to think about. Yeah, so this is a high-level overview. And if anyone have any question before Guilty Gears presents the Solve to Mint and the other things that he's building.
Right. So I'm Guilty Gears. I run topology and I work closely with Matchbox DAO. Solve to Mint is a concept that we proposed that we think uniquely leverages what ZK Rollup provides, and StarkNet is a wonderful ZK Rollup that you can experiment with right now. So what Solve to Mint is that it's contrary to pay to mint, which is the most common understanding of how minting works. You basically participate in an auction, or you go to a secondary marketplace and you pay in order to mint something, or in order to buy a already minted token from someone else. And when you think from the perspective of the token provider or the NFT project developer, etc., you're really gating people on how much capital they're willing to contribute or they are capable of contributing. And in certain contexts, you will be pricing out people that are actually enthusiasts about your project, about the direction, about the mission of your company in your project, but they are priced out by other people that may be participating in the speculation of the token. Right? So soft to mint is essentially asking people to solve a puzzle to mint something instead of paying capital to mint something. And this puzzle is verified on the on StarkNet in a Cairo contract. So in a sense, no one can cheat. Right? You have a transparent smart contract written in Cairo where everyone can see, and yours. The only way you can mint a token, whether it's a non-fungible or fungible token, that's not the important thing here. The important thing here is you can build a quantifiable, verifiable puzzle in a Cairo contract. And roughly speaking, there are two interesting properties of these soft mint system. I think the most interesting property for me is that you don't necessarily understand the scarcity of your solution a priori. That means that when it comes to NFT project, people have all these 10K NFTs or 8,888, all these scarcities that are defined by the developer a priori. But when it comes to a puzzle, and if you're mapping a solution to an NFT, then the scarcity of the NFT is defined or is determined by the size of your solution space, which may not be knowable before you or before the players have actually explored exhaustively the solution space. So this in itself is intellectually interesting. We have come up with 3 classes of soft mint. So class C is the weakest. An example would be you put a mathematical equation in the Cairo contract where everyone can see, and people upon reading the contract can extract that equation and solve it either by hand or by something on Mathematica online. And they come back to the contract and submit the solution. If the solution has not been submitted yet, then the submitter of the new solution will get an NFT or get whatever your contract provides them with. And the weakness of this is very apparent, right? Because for equations that come with closed form solutions, it's most of the time quite trivial to solve with the modern almighty solver online. Right? So this is class C. Now moving to class B, you would have NP problems or problems that are hard to solve but quite easy to verify. And for example, in the soft mint that Matchbox DAOs will reveal in a few days, I believe, it's a numerical puzzle, and in particular, it's a physics puzzle. Right, so it runs numerical physics in Cairo to verify that your solution satisfies certain constraints. It meets certain criteria. And we won't delve into the puzzle itself because it's meant to be a puzzle. So this is meant to be encouraging people to read the Cairo contract to understand the true nature of the puzzle. But class B is all about running numerical puzzles in Cairo contract so that you're forcing players or mentors to explore the solution space, either by heuristics or by writing scripts and automation for them to explore that space more efficiently. And so this is a harder problem. Now moving on to class A, which is the most fun part, and this is a future item that we're keen to explore, is that instead of asking people to submit numbers as solution, you're asking people to submit a Cairo contract as their solution. Right, so you will have this verifier contract sitting on StarkNet, and you're asking people to submit their solution contract, which connects to the verifier contract. And then the verifier essentially playing the role of a teacher, right? Asking a bunch of questions, asking your solution contract a bunch of questions and verify that every time you're giving a good answer. Right? And this will really challenge player or mentor on their ability to come up with new solution contracts. You're raising the bar much, much higher than class B, where you're asking people to submit not just numbers. And so these are a couple families, and applications are abundant, right? So for the Matchbox DAO puzzle releasing, going to be released very soon, it's a numerical physics puzzle, but you can also imagine a bunch of examples. Whereas you can put a Rubik cube in a Cairo contract, and it's scrambled randomly, and you're asking players to submit a sequence of move that can solve that Rubik cube, right? And a given Rubik cube can be solved in many different ways. And I think for Rubik cube players, there is like a shortest sequence of move you can perform to solve it. So it competes towards who can find that shortest sequence of solution the fastest. Yeah, so I think that as long as you have something that's quantifiably that can be verified in a quantifiable way, then you can apply Softenman framework. And yeah, this will be released by Matchbox DAO soon. I'm giving the space back to Yoni, and happy to answer any questions.
Okay, so maybe I can talk a bit about how you can get involved. So basically, like I said, we have something we call a fellowship program that if you're interested in building anything on StarkNet, I'll send you the details. You can apply, and then you get 3 to 6 months of building, out of a list of ideas, or building your own idea, where our goal is to build a library of hopefully 100 components, game components for on-chain games, and so I will send you the link for the fellowship program, and then so I guess this is one of the ways to get involved. In a few days, I think we will launch the Solve to Mint. You're definitely invited to participate in the Solve to Mint, because basically our idea is to get people that are solving those puzzle, the initial puzzle, an NFT of Solver, which is a key NFT, and afterwards to get them involved in participating in other games. So the idea is that that Matchbox will be a hub for gamers as well to try out on-chain games and potentially get rewarded in the future from anything that anything with value that this on-chain game will produce. So it's like a hub of people that want to try out on-chain games on StarkNet. So I definitely encourage you to participate in the Solve to Mint. We will publish the Solve to Mint in our Discord channel, and that's basically the same thing that Guilty Gyoza spoke about right now. So that's another thing that you should definitely check out. I can also speak about other 2 primitives that we are building internally. So one of them is OGame, which is very similar to the old game called OGame, and you can see the notion for more details. That game, for example, will be another game that we will release for early participants that have this key. So when tomorrow we are going to launch the puzzle, all of the people that was able to solve this puzzle will be able to also use in early access this OGame. Yeah, I mean, I think I said the main things.
Yoni, thank you so much for coming and speaking to us. Thomas, thank you so much as well. We really, really do appreciate you coming on. Is there any questions for Matchbox DAO? There's a question. This is really cool. Will you guys be in Amsterdam? Did you answer that?
Yes, definitely. We'll be in Amsterdam, and we'll probably also host like a mini hackathon inside of the StarkNet Hackathon, or with Immutable. We are still thinking about it, but we'll definitely participate.
And what are the dates for the Dev Connect?
So it's a few events, but we are mainly focused on the Starkware hackathon. I need to check which dates, but it's like famous. But I don't remember the date of the Starkware, because it's a Dev Connect, Starkware, L2, Dark Forest, a lot of events that are very close to each other. I guess between the 18th to the 24th, but I need to check.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. Okay, cool. I think we'll call it there. Yoni, Thomas, thank you so much for that. It was
Thanks
really
for having
insightful.
us.
Absolute pleasure. And to all the hackers out there, yeah, let's get those projects in. Exciting times ahead, exciting money. I think StarkNet's got 1 or 2 surprises for you if you do submit. So yeah, let's get submitting, and definitely going to be worth your while. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for coming.